Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Yes, this video is a just teensy bit delayed because I got caught up with some other stuff, but hopefully I'll be able to catch all of it up tonight and also tomorrow so that we lead into round 19 with all the videos out and updated for you guys. But anyway, let's jump into this video here. So what a horrific round this was, and it gets more horrific when you think about all the injuries and suspensions and stuff like that, but I ended up scoring a 2022, a round rank of 24,809, and an overall rank of 12,044. And if you look at my round 17, I dropped about 400 spots again, so I basically dropped, if you look at it, back again a little bit from basically where I was in, I believe it was round 12 or so. Sorry, round 11. I'm back sort of around that spot again in the 12,000 range. So yeah, wasn't the best round for me. Wayne Malaria, 73. He got tagged, basically. It was actually Mills that tagged him, and they kind of took each other out of the game, which was not a good thing that you want. So yeah, that was not a good thing. And then you had the likes of Connor Rosie. He ended up on a 58 and he looked in doubt for this weekend. So I've got to find a way to find something or other to actually use there, as it could be a case of we've just got to see what Angus Clark's score is tomorrow night, and then we're going to run from that. It could be that. But I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with him, because we've got other injuries, etc., other news that we've got to get to. Dane Zorko, 104. Yep, job done. Simply put, he did his job in the defender line. Harry Sheasel, 113. Yeah, he again did his job. This is simply put. That's all that you can really say about these defenders at the moment. If they're scoring 100, they're doing their job. If they're not getting injured or suspended or anything, they're doing their job. Jack Sinclair, 103. It was nice to see him back in somewhat of a form. Has Geelong this weekend, and hopefully he can put up a decent score again so that he can get back into some form. And then Callum Mills is 65. Yeah, hopefully he, against a really weakened North side, he can really just get all those marks and really towel up the score to get to a decent one. I have a feeling it could be like this Richmond game here that they played in round 13 where he did go off. So we'll hopefully see him do that. But yeah, the 65 that he ended up scoring was not the greatest. And then you got Leak on 30. And then we go into the midfield. Nick Dacos, 78. Just struggled a little bit. And he's in doubt, I believe, this week as well. He had a foot complaint or an ankle complaint as well in this game. So I was glad that I didn't VC. But yeah, I expect against Fremantle and then Richmond, he should come back into some fantasy scoring form, I should say, back from his, well, he has scored still 340 or so in the last 3 weeks or so. Might even be 350 in the last 3 weeks. So it's not even like he's done terribly bad. It was just one bad game. Caleb Sarong, 103. He really did well. They named Finn McGuinness as a sub. And then Caleb Sarong just went off, which is really good. He's been so up and down this year. Will probably sucker me in next year, knowingly. But yeah, he's been so up and down and probably going to be a value guy next year because he's so unders. But yeah, been disappointed with him because, as you see here, just is his ability to cop tags and not be able to deal with them is like next level. So he's had 2 really poor games alongside a couple of 60s and 70s, which is just really poor. Zach Butters, 125. He went off against the Eagles and basically did it on, I mean, he was around the same tog as what he usually is, but he's 125 and probably cops the Finn McGuinness tag, who I expect to come in this week. Well, should do, but we'll see. But yeah, he potentially cops a tag this week, but hopefully not, because he went 105 against the Hawks last time. We'll see what he goes this time. Bontempelli went off against the Crows. He had 8 marks and 12 tackles. That in itself is 48 plus 24. That's 72 points in its own self. That's more than like half of my body midfield and defense were scoring on their own. Add to that, he had 40 points of handballs and 51 points of kicks. And yeah, he just went off in pretty much every single statistical category other than kicking a goal or two. I think he had like 5 goal assists or something. If he kicked a goal or two, you probably would have seen him be around that sort of 190 range, which would have been crazy for a fantasy score. And then you had Zach Merritt, brought him in for the easy matchup against Richmond, and he scored a 102. Now has GWS, where he potentially cops a tag. And then he's got the Western Bulldogs. He might not even cop a tag against Sydney. They may even just say, yep, we don't need to run a tag against you guys. And then Geelong, St Kilda, and also Carlton. So, yeah, that was kind of disappointing to bring him back in and only score a 102, attacking the matchups. Doherty, 69, he just had a shocker. 21 touches, 2 marks, 2 tackles, just didn't get the non-disposal points that we were really looking for. He was down, 12, 16 from last match, and if you add the 16 there, that gets him up to that 85 or so marker. So his disposals were fine. It was just the non-disposals comparative to every other match pretty much, and that's really the differentiator, because if you see here the 131, if you actually look at his total, his disposal points in that game, round 15 against North, it was 51 for kicks, and 24 for handballs, so 75 points. If you look against Brisbane, it was 39 plus 16, that's 55. So what do we say? That was 51. So it was 55 compared to 75 or something of that regard. That's not too much difference for 62 points difference. It was the 40 non-disposal point differential here that really caused the damage. Again, you can see the same thing, 73 against the Bombers disposal points compared to the 55 here, compared to the 52 here, compared to the, in this game, 51 here. So yeah, it's about 20 points in a lot of these games, but a lot of the differentiator is just this non-disposal points and getting the marks. So we'll see what happens on the weekend. McCarthy, 72. He slowed down a little bit and probably need to, he's going to be holding on for the next little bit because he'll make a lot more cash, but going to be a guy that we need to trade out in the near future. And Ralston is just making more and more cash. Has a really good matchup this weekend against a depleted Essendon, so he could honestly score a goal or two in this game and put on an 80 or so, which I wouldn't be surprised about. They're probably also going to feed him a little bit more time because Essendon is so depleted, and it's just what you got to do for the betterment of your team. Brody Grundy came up against the Heath and Romo matchup and went 126, and now plays a cherry-less North Melbourne. So he is bound to basically go nuts. I don't know who North Melbourne will actually name, whether it be Tyler Gold, or if they go Coleman Jones. That could be an option for them as well. I've sort of heard rumors of both, but more people leaning towards the Coleman Jones route. So that'll be obviously interesting, as I think he's a guy that's going to monster most rucks, but Coleman Jones, he should absolutely take to the cleaners. So I think he's going to be a massive, massive VC chance on the Saturday. Tristan Cherry suspended, 949k. We're going to have to look at options here on that range. Luckily, I think I have some cash left over. I actually haven't done trades yet. So 136k left, and I've got to trade both Martin and also the likes of Tristan Cherry. Martin, who went down, I lost 105k on Martin in 1 week. Went for the matchup, and he scored 18 and went down 105k. That is just mega. That's just unlucky, honestly, at that point. Matt Kennedy, he also got stuck at half forward. He was on 22 at halftime, which was not good, but an 8-point second half when he just got stuck at half forward was classic Bevo. And kind of puts my team in a mess. Lost 84k on him, lost 105k on Nick Martin, lost 50k on Tristan Cherry, lost, who else would have lost money? Lost a little bit on Sam Doherty, lost a little bit there. Would have lost a little bit on Rosie, would have lost a little bit on Wangani Malira as well, and also Callum Mills. So I lost probably a little bit of team value if we actually go back. Yeah, I think I, in the end, actually only gained like 56. I probably only gained about 150k, all things said and done. which kind of sucks because now we need Zach Johnson and Angus Clark to be able to score for another week so that we can trade them out next week, because I've got probably, you'd say, Tristan Cherry and Nick Martin to deal with this week and then do whatever else the week after. But yeah, that kind of does suck. I'm just looking at the forwards here quickly. Luke Jackson, that's going to be an issue if I want to get who I want to get, just thinking about it. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll find a way probably to do something or other, because yeah, not looking too good, not going to lie, with all the options to pick of. But that'll come tomorrow. I'll honestly probably just think about it for the rest of tonight once I get done with these recordings. Jack McRae 90, I'm taking that, honestly. Petrarca 105, that's great. And then Darcy 82. Well, we just got to a decent score with him. We'll see how he goes against Brisbane. But for him to score 82 against Adelaide, not the best, not the worst. And then you can just see the DMPs across the bench there. Lucky to get some. Did I get any cash out of Boxall? Got 7k out of him, and his break-even's kind of ruined as well. But anyway, that is the video there. If you guys did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be the Supercoach team review, and probably it will be my last trade, and we'll just see what I can do there. So I'll see you guys in that video. Bye, guys.